we got these stories, right? We got Trump coming in here talking about the dollar. We got the dollar at an all-time, well, I won't say an all-time low, but it's back down there. It's back down there. The dollar is dropping. All right. But Trump is sending hidden signals. Trump is sending hidden messages. And only real traders understand. Because I promise you, unfortunately, if you let my cousins or if you let my mama listen to him talk and they see what's going on the charts, they'd be like, oh, Trump don't know what he talking about. But real traders understand. Yep, NAS went up too. I'm looking at it right now. NAS shot through the roof as well. So the dollar drops, NASDAQ goes up. VIX dropped. Yep. So they do the opposite. So there you go. I like to look at VIX. So I want to see if VIX drop. I know that NAS 100 is going to go up. But you can use the dollar as well. So the timing with the dollar can be off when you're trying to compare it to NAS 100. Eventually it'll balance out, but the timing of when you're trying to take that trade will be off with the dollar and NASDAQ. But when you do VIX and NASDAQ, they're more at the same pace. Let's take a second to look at Trump.
A lot about, Mr. President, with the current value of the dollar. Do you think it's declined too much?
No, I think it's great. I mean, the value of the dollar. Look at the business we're doing. Dollar's doing great.
Do you want to see it decline?
It's very interesting. If you look at China and Japan, I used to fight like hell with them because they always wanted to devalue their yen. You know that? The yen and the yuan. And they'd always want to devalue it. They devalue. And I said, not fair that you devalue because it's hard to compete when they devalue.
So did you see how he said that it's not fair that the yen and all of them, they always want to devalue? It's hard to compete. You got to listen to his words. It's hard to compete. When he said that they're always devaluing, you got to decipher that. That's something to think about, team. Trump said, even though the dollar is at an all-time low or is at those low points of the market, we're still doing good. He just sent y'all a mixed message. He just sent y'all a message and only the traders is going to be able to read that. Come on now, we ain't done yet. We're going to break this down.
Starting with the U.S. dollar, he said that he is not concerned with the decline that we've seen in the dollar so far, saying it's doing great. Also calling out Japan, China for allegedly devaluing their currencies. I just want to hear your thoughts on what the state of the U.S. strong dollar policy is. Does it still exist?
Yes, well, nice to be with you. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Do we think it still exists? I mean, Secretary Bessent has talked about the strong dollar policy. President Trump, early on in the administration, talked about tariffing countries that he thought might be selling the dollar in order to weaken the dollar. So I think that this needs to be sort of put into context. Of course, the dollar has declined. Last year it's declined over the last few weeks, starting in 2026, but it's still relatively strong.
The dollar is dropping, and somebody even said it's going to keep dropping. But why are they saying that the dollar is still like the reserve? The dollar is still dominant. The dollar is still is up there. Why is nobody panicking? You see what I'm saying? Nobody's panicking. Why is that? So they said because of the tariffs and stuff like that. But also he's going to you got to look at this in the market as well. Trump is also going to get rid of Jerome, right? Jerome Powell. I said how? Jerome Powell. He's going to be getting rid of him. And he's saying that rates should have been cut a long time ago. What does that mean when the rates get cut? If the rates get cut, the dollar goes down. Okay, the rates have been dropping, but Trump wanted them to drop quicker. So when it's time for re-election, I'm telling you, there's a strong possibility there's going to be somebody else that's going to be in Jerome Powell's spot, and they're going to cut the rates more. Trump said he wants the rates cut more. So that means the dollar is going to drop more. Now, I'm not saying that the dollar is going to continue to keep dropping where there's no chance of pulling back. I'm not saying that. It was always going to be a pullback. That's the part where you got to understand when Trump says, oh, the dollar is doing fine. The dollar is doing fine. See, you got to understand these drops and these pullbacks in the market is healthy. That's one thing my mentor always said. He said these pullbacks and these reversals mean a healthy market. It's enough money to make money on both sides. That's a healthy market. So we need to be at an optimal, we need to think at an optimal level about this. So also, Trump is so hard on Jerome Powell. Presidents normally don't put the guy in that position on blast in front of everybody. But he's been putting this guy on blast for a minute. Okay, so yeah. So because of that, the market is dropping. So oh my God, look at this. Look at it. I just thought about this. Look, Trump said that the rate should have been cut lower. The market should have been dropped earlier. So what does Trump do to drop the market? He put Jerome Powell on blast in the media to drop the market. Trump cold. Trump slick. So he need the market to drop so we could be on our way back up. But he puts Jerome Powell on blast because now, oh shoot, they're unstable in that White House. Guess what? We need to be investors putting their money in gold. Investors, and that's the next thing we're gonna look at. Jerome Powell, investors is going to be putting their money in the cryptos, in the gold and stuff like that. Shoot, maybe even silver. I don't know, but mainly gold, as you can see. So, shoot, interest rates supposed to been dropped. The dollar's supposed to been dropped. Because remember, Trump in that news read video, he said it's hard to compete because the yen keeps devaluing their currency. Not just the yen. I think, did he say China? Yeah, so somebody said yes, silver is running nicely. So they're not putting their money in the dollar because of all of this stuff that's going on. Why would they, think about it. Why would you put your money in the dollar when you got President putting Jerome Powell out in the open, blasting him out in the open, knocking him upside of the head, if you will, in the open? Why would you do that? Basically, Trump is trying to devalue the dollar on purpose because he needs to compete with them other ones. He said, I could play it again. He said it's hard to compete with them people. That's a whole different topic. Compete? What do you mean compete? And the interest, and Jerome Powell is not cutting the interest rates fast enough. So now President do his little slick business. Oh yeah, the dollar is doing good. Oh yeah, the dollar doing good. But I gotta make this thing drop right now. So that's what he does. He puts Powell on blast to get it to drop. Slick. But we gotta read these signs. I'm telling you, that's why I was trying to tell you in the beginning. Real traders gonna be able to cipher through all of that. It's just a game. It's just a game that we gotta move this money around. All right, so. That being said, we got to look at these charts. Okay, so we got the dollar on the chart. So it's low. Let's go to the daily. It's been down here before. Oh, it slipped a little lower. I want to say a pullback is coming. I really do want to say a pullback is coming. I don't know when. So it's hard to make a trade when the market is just dropping this strong. Now you can just say, hey y'all, let's just buy gold. Let's just buy gold right now. Let's just go all in. And it's like, if we go all in on gold right now and it pulls back it pulls back on us, we in trouble. What could have been a good situation turned sour very fast. So we need to just let this thing kind of like settle. We need to see something like this, y'all. Let me mark it up. We need to see something like this. If we can get a pullback like that, so we're gonna sit on our hands and we're gonna wait. But don't worry, the trade opportunity is coming. Trump just told you. Oh, the dollar is doing good. Don't worry, because now he's going to soften the blow on it. Of course, he's going to soften the blow and he's going to say, oh, the dollar. No, he's doing this on purpose. He's telling you what he's doing. He's dropping his market on purpose. The things that he say, the things that how he talk about Jerome Powell, he's doing it on purpose. He needs these rates to get cut. So we just got to be patient. We're going to sit on our hands and wait. So this is the dollar, right? Well, that's for the dollar, but this is gold on the chart. So if you want to trade gold, do not buy right here. Just let it pull back. Look at this. All we need is this pullback. Once we can get this pullback, we'll know what to do. You can pull out a trend line. You can pull out a Fibonacci to wait for the pullback. You can do all of those things. Y'all know how I always pull out a Fibonacci. In this situation, you cannot do it. The reason why you can't pull out a Fibonacci just yet, because the market hasn't pulled back yet. It hasn't started pulling back. If I pull out a Fibonacci from the low, all the way to the high point. Who's to say that that's the high point at this point? Who's to say that that's the high point? It could go higher. We don't know if that's the high point. So when it breaks that 23.6, that green line that's on the chart, when it breaks that, then when it breaks my 23.6, that's when it's game time. That's when all of these levels is going to start coming into effect. And that's when it's going to be time to start looking for trades. When that 23.6 get broken to the downside, it's going to be game time. And that can happen tomorrow. As fast as it shot up is as fast as it can shoot down. Absolutely. So we're going to wait patient on that. And be patient. Don't force your way in these markets. See, this is professional stuff that we doing. This is professional. Because we're analyzing this through the fundamental side of it. And you know, once I learn it, y'all gonna learn it. Because I'm gonna break it down in a way that your teenager can understand this. All right, I'm gonna break it down in a way that the guy that's in the hood can understand this. So definitely hit that subscribe and turn the notifications on all, so y'all don't miss none of these notifications, none of these videos. We on it.
50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills.